Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former labor secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of his death?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Pam, could I just interrupt? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Well, 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 ask the golden calf about Jeffrey Epstein and watch him break into flop sweat faster than a televangelist caught at Caesar's palace. A desecration, he calls it, because nothing defiles the Republic quite like inquiring whether the most powerful man on earth partied with the world's most notorious predator. You'll eat what's for dinner and you won't ask any questions, citizen. Why? Because asking threatens their existence. So shut up, or you're spitting on the Texas tragedy, you monster! Can someone who happens to be a genius in human behavior explain to me what it means when someone freaks out after being asked a simple question about a guy that most of his administration promised its supporters it cared about deeply, only up until the point that they suddenly want you to stop talking about it? What's the expression again? A hit dog will holler. They once vlogged this story nonstop, yeah? Epstein client list coming any day now, until they re-entered Trump's orbit, where inconvenient questions go to die. It's amazing. Scream, drain the swamp long enough and the gators start calling you family.
You say that the FBI has Epstein's list, they're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
In this case, in Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
Is it going to be shocking?
I don't see how it's not shocking that there were so many individuals that were hidden and kept secret and not been held accountable. Let's talk about the reverse. I believe in accountability. So you have to now go through your process. Now, I won't say they're guilty until they go through their time in court. But again, now it's time for accountability. We have seen for so many years, Pierce, in this country, many investigations, subpoenas, testimonies in Congress, et cetera, et cetera. But there's a general frustration with accountability. We take it halfway, we don't take it home. And I really believe that now with Cash and Pam, there will be accountability.
A lot of people are wondering, because you said last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk, is when can we see them and what's taking so long to release them?
I do. Jesse, there are well over, this will make you sick, 200 victims, 200. So we have, well over 250 actually. So we have to make sure that their identity is protected and their personal information. But other than that, I think tomorrow, the personal information of victims. Other than that, I think tomorrow, Jesse, breaking news right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being released by my office.
What kind? Are we going to see who was on the flights? Are we going to see any evidence from what he recorded? Because he had all of his homes wired with recording devices.
Yeah, what you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information. But it's pretty sick what that man did.
Okay, well,
along with his co-defendant.
Absolutely, and he had help. That's for sure.
He sure did.
The Ghislaine Maxwell Black Book. What names are in there, man? You understand how many powerful people probably want this thing to desperately go away? how many people were interconnected with this Epstein sex ring operation? I heard from a reporter once that there were tapes. A very well-respected reporter, many of you know, that there are a lot of tapes out there of a lot of people. I'm not ever going to let this story go because of what I heard from a source about Bill Clinton on a plane with Jeffrey Epstein. I talked about it yesterday. You can go check it out. I'm not letting it go, ever. Ever.
Throw a beer can at the TV if you agree.
You go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein.
And like clockwork, the minute their MAGA paychecks clear, every warrior for victim justice morphs into a stenographer for talking points. Strange, as if almost proximity to Trump's triggers sudden chronic amnesia. They promise accountability tomorrow, always tomorrow, and then tomorrow becomes folklore. The binders vanish, and you're told the real scandal is that you keep asking questions. Spare me the maybe they were never close defense. Epstein called himself Trump's closest friend. Roll the tape.
You know this. That was quite a shame.
Maybe I'm just overreacting here, or that we're overthinking Donald Trump's relationship with Epstein anyway. I mean, it's not like they were best buds or anything. Roll the tape. There's Donny Boy pointing, Epstein grinning, young girls swaying under the disco lights. And if that's barely knew him, then I'm Tucker Carlson. But that's not even the tell. The tell is Trump's own voice.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world.
Yeah. But there's a lot of phony stuff in there. So in other words, I'll open the vault unless the vault incriminates me. Then the vault is deep state graffiti. So let's decode the con. Promise a bombshell, raise money, bash the deep state, rinse and repeat. Meanwhile, Medicaid loses $700 billion, snap shrivels, and DHS raided congressional offices. So while you chase ghosts, they pick your pocket. If a Democratic president had been filmed with Jeffrey Epstein, Fox would run a Chiron countdown until public beheadings. When it's Trump, oh, old news, move along, there's nothing to see here. How dare you ask us questions? Shut up and accept our new narrative, or you're a bigot against progress. That's not hypocrisy, that's hierarchy. Truth bent around the throne. They've built an outrage treadmill. Missing list? Proof that the conspiracy is even bigger. Deleted Musk tweet? Deep state threat. Lack of arrests? Justice system compromise. There's no exit, which is why the grift is evergreen. But here's the danger. If they can bury this case, international sex trafficking, flight logs, sworn victims, they can bury wage theft, toxic spills, police shootings, secrecy scales. Today it's the Epstein files. Tomorrow it's your water quality report in Flint, Michigan. So floodlight time. Demand the unredacted archives. Freedom of Information Act. Every scrap. Sue until the lawyers cry into the non-disclosure agreements. Authoritarians thrive on shadows. Torch them. The people who swore to expose predators are sheltering one because cult loyalty outranks basic decency. Remember that when they moralize about Drag Queen Story Hour. They want to censor us, demonetize us, throttle our reach until it's state-approved propaganda that's the only thing that's going around. Prove them wrong. Subscribe, hit the bell, and share this rant like a subpoena. They can mute one voice, but a million turn into a battering ram. I'm Tyler Carlin, and if that makes them sweat, good. Means we're right over the target.